what I was able to find was between 12 and 36 hours is roughly where I live in that space. And when I'm living in that space, what I'm trying to do is not push it away and become conscious of the things I'm doing while I'm in that space and document them. And this sounds very like logistical, but I am usually in quite an emotional distress state. So it does take a little bit of skill to be able to do this and self-awareness. So if you try to practice this and it doesn't work perfectly, understand this is me practicing over 2 years with my AI system like this. So anyways, I started looking at the data and I realized I'm starting to see these emotional disturbances come from emotional fatigue, mental fatigue. I've taken on too much. I usually don't feel seen. I usually feel like I'm very misunderstood. I want to throw everything out because I don't know how to bring it together. And it's like clockwork. When I get in these states, even if the trigger is different, I still come back to the same core things that help me get to that depressive state. Whether it's Mother's Day that triggers it, whether it's a disturbance with the children's father, whether it's a disturbance with the children. The disturbances are less and they're less aggressive to me. However, I have noticed that regardless of what the trigger is, I end up with these core issues that I get stuck with. So if I stick with the issue, if I stick with it, I don't try to numb it, I don't try to push it away, and I just try and observe it for as long as it takes. I let those little emotional episodes come out, and I know people who get very disrupted emotionally and they want to express it and they want to feel it, but I also want to encourage you to kind of try and live in the middle of that state, not live in the height of it or the bottom of it. Try and live in the middle of it so you can see it and document what it is that it looks like all the way around. How many heads does this thing have? How many roots has it grown? How far has it grown? How deep is it inside of me? What is it wrapped around? Like really try and get on top of that information. And then start to look at the pattern recognition, the meaning between the pieces. And then start to look at what creative output comes from it. And this is the part that I had never seen until recently. I would say in the last year, I'm really starting to see this piece come to fruition. Or not even fruition, because I didn't know it was there. It's really come together for me and become obvious that usually if you sit with these things long enough and you process them, you're now able to actually take the nutrients from those thoughts and dump the waste. So A, you're not staying in this depressive state nearly as long as you were before. You're